Bill Wilson, thanks for joining us via Zoom. Thankfully, you're still on the road after beating Richmond this last week, and let's talk about it. That was a must-win situation for your guys, and you really came through.
I'm proud of the guys. They did step up, and over the course of the season, we've gotten better in every area of the game, but we had yet to put together a 4-quarter effort. And really proud of the guys for staying focused for 4 quarters and then getting it done at the end.
Was it just a matter of maybe the guys finally realized what they needed to do to put those two halves together? I mean, how did it all come together right when it needed to?
Well, in my opinion, I think we have a lot of different age guys that are stepping on the field on game day. Some guys have more experience than others, and as the season grows older, people gain more experience, and then as a team, we learn who we can lean on and who's going to step up and take on those roles. So really proud of the guys for stepping up at the faceoff dot. I think that was a big part of the game. Ground balls over the course of 4 quarters, and just bigger picture, focusing for 4 quarters and staying on it. I think that that's something that if you watch Air Force lacrosse games this year, you'll see that we played very high level for a quarter, for 2 quarters, but we just didn't string together 4 quarters in a row. And we're proud of the guys for their effort and how hard they played over the course of 4 quarters, but more importantly, their focus.
Also, the guy in the pipes, I can't remember exactly how many games Rose has been playing back there for you. He's gotten better every game, and SoCon Player of the Week against Richmond with 18 saves, I think.
And we've been very fortunate in the goal with leadership that we have back there with with Jason and with Braden. And Jay did step up and had somewhere around 18 saves, I think, on the contest. But for us, he was able to create a couple turnovers as well over the course of 4 quarters, just by being 6'4" and knocking down a couple passes. So he did a nice job at staying consistent in the clearing game. We need to be able to have him step up again, making sure the ball matriculates from the defense end to the offensive end effectively.
Right. The reason you're not here in Colorado Springs is you stayed out closer to where you're going to High Point for the SoCon tournament. Starts tomorrow. You draw Richmond again. Is that something that you want to see a team back to back, or how do you feel about the matchup?
Well, I think that if you talk to our players, they just want to play the next game. So whether it's Richmond or whoever it turned out to be, they're excited for the opportunity to play. They love playing the sport of lacrosse, and it's an opportunity to compete. So Richmond's the team that's up, and I'm sure they feel the same way. But we're ready to face off at 5:30 on Wednesday, and we're focusing on the same things we focused on this past Saturday. But as always, you put together a new game plan and you get ready for your next opponent. So we're fortunate to have a couple of solid days of practice under our belt going into Wednesday.
Are you guys enjoying hotel life out there?
I think the players are. I think the guys really like the idea of sitting in the AC all day long, and they're grinding academically right now. They're groups of 5, groups of 10. Nancy Major Chavez is with us, and she's incredible. Has a final exam, or not a final exam. It might be a final exam schedule, but she has an exam schedule today that it goes for a few hours. And she's been doing that since she's been on the road with us. She's been crushing it since last Friday.
That's awesome.
We're so fortunate. And you know how it works at the academy. It's the communication between the professor, the department head, and then eventually it gets back to Major Chavez, and then she makes it happen. And Dr. Green back home, he's been helping to have communications with people as well, and so we're very fortunate to have that support structure.
Yeah, the Spiders in particular, I mean, some people might say they didn't take you as seriously because they were already in the tournament, didn't really need a win. You guys had your backs to the wall and needed to win. Will there be a little bit of a different atmosphere, or maybe even a little more fire under the Spiders this time around, do you think?
I think they play hard, period. And our guys do as well. It's been a rivalry for quite a while now. So I think both teams are going to come out and compete and, to make the first physical play and to get after it on Wednesday. But bottom line is whether it's senior day for them or whether it's the first round of the SoCon tournament, their guys are going to come to play. Our guys are going to come to play, and we're going to both compete. Absolutely.
I know this wasn't the season that you wanted, obviously record wise, could have done better, but now you're in the tournament. You're the 4th seed taking on number 1. Do you feel like your team is moving in the right direction, so to speak? Are they getting better, and have they yet to play their best lacrosse?
We've watched it happen over the course of the season, and we saw very, very bright spots here and there. And it's all, yeah, it's starting to come together this time of the year. And that's what it usually does. You know, you're playing your best lacrosse toward the end of April and May, beginning of May. But, you know, we struggled a little bit with having a consistent lineup. And I think a lot of teams this year did. I saw a quote in an article this past week. A coach said, everyone is big this year. And there's no question everyone is big this year. But to watch our guys continue to develop and work and stay focused and invested emotionally in what we do as a program on a day-to-day basis, and then to have it all come together for them on one Saturday, I think that's a great game to build on. And for our guys, it's the next step, and that next step is Wednesday. But we have had a more consistent lineup over the past 2 weeks, and I think that's really helped us with leadership on the field and understanding plays. You know, who's going to step up and make plays for us? Who's going to grind out ground balls for us? And if you watched this past Saturday, it was more of a team effort. So it's good to see people step up in all phases and all positions on the field.
Yeah. The face-offs, as you mentioned, were huge against Richmond last time. Do you expect that to be every bit as important? It always is an important part of the game, but this week, is there even more pressure on the area of the game?
I just think ground balls in general are going to be a huge part of the game. I think ground balls are always a big indicator of, you know, who comes out ahead at the end of the game. So, you know, it just happens that the face-off game starts with a ground ball, and we're going to be grinding out the face-off game, but also ground balls over the course of 4 quarters. So definitely looking forward to that.
Final question for you. You know, the Falcons always seem to play well in this tournament. What are you going to tell your team before this game? I mean, it's all or nothing basically, but that's what it was last week too, really.
Well, we'll say the same thing that we said to them before this past game. We're really proud of them for how they've worked hard over the course of the season. And this is one of our players said on the field the other day. This is our 3rd season. You know, first season is regular season, second season is your conference play, and third season's conference tournament. So we're fortunate to be in conference play right now, and excited to, you know, play our next opponent.
Awesome. Bill Wilson, thanks for taking the time. Good luck tomorrow night, and hopefully the Falcons can bring home or make it to that SoCon championship game.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.